Hey guys, and welcome to a little special video today. Safari Week. No, it's not Safari Week yet. Well, in fact, it's a good old-fashioned subscriber special. Thank you guys so much. It's been almost 2 years now since I started on YouTube, and 100 subscribers may not sound like much, but it's worth a lot to me. And I'm still excited to see you guys commenting and liking my videos and even, watching my videos. So I thought for this little occasion today, I'd show you a little bit of my Pokemon collection. Show you, what's in my possession. So without further ado, let's get started. For this, I will split it out into different categories to make it a little bit more clean. Let's start with Rarest game. Well, I know what you're thinking. But Oliver, game cartridges aren't particularly rare. In fact, even the rarest main series Pokemon game you can for, get $60 as of the time for the video. Okay, you're right. My rarest game cartridge is indeed not a Pokemon game per se, but one of the distribution cartridges. I know that a lot of you know about them, but I want to give you a short recap on what they are designed for and what they do. You all know the event distributions, back in the day over Wi-Fi, local distribution, and now almost all of the time a stupid GameStop thingy. Those cartridges here were used at several Pokemon events, or at GameStops, which used to distribute a certain Pokemon event over a limited amount of time. Getting your hands on one of them can be quite difficult, and if you manage to do so, make sure you have cash as well. I think the rarest distribution card in my collection is either the Celebi distribution card, which can distribute the 2010 Event Celebi for the Gen 4 games, or the Generation 5 Shiny Creation Trio distribution. This one was used to distribute either a Shiny Dialga, Palkia or Giratina to your copy of Pokemon Gen 5 games. Oh, and by the way, if you want to know a little bit more about those events where the Pokemon were distributed, make sure to check out my first video. I'll link it here in the video below. I know it's a little bit, it isn't aged very well, but nevertheless I think it's very interesting. In this I cover the first Pokemon events here in Germany, which used to distribute Celebi and the other Generation 3 distributions, which I mostly always attended. So make sure to check it out. These were my rarest distribution cards. Or so I thought at least. Hey there, this is post-production Oliver here, and I need to edit this segment a little bit. After finishing this video a week ago, I got my hands on one of the holy grails of the Pokemon distribution. A legitimate 10th anniversary distribution cartridge for the Generation 3 games. To my knowledge, only 5 others do exist out there, and it was used on Pokemon events back in 2006 to distribute Lugia, Ho-Oh, the 3 legendary dogs, the Eowyn duo, Articuno, Charizard, of course, and Pikachu. Why such random Pokemon? Well, there was a European-wide poll back in the day where players were asked what their 10 most favorite Pokemon are. Too bad they didn't show Celebi or Deoxys. Well, anyway, back to the video. Rarest console. This one is tough as well. What do you think? Is it one of my Game Boy Colors? No. One of the special themed Game Boy Advances? No. One of the 3DSs or 2DSs? Also no. And no, it's not the Charizard one. I'm a bit surprised as well, going back to my collection, but apparently this little fella here is my rarest console. It's a special themed Mew DS, only available in Japanese Pokemon centers in 2005. Finding one isn't that much of a problem even today, but the prices are... wow! At the time of my recording, there were only 2 available worldwide, starting at $500. Oof. Rarest Pokemon. Yeah, I know. In the end, it's just data and pixels. but to some of us those pixels have a lot of emotional value. To answer the question what of my Pokemon are the rarest, not in terms of them being legendary, I chose my event Pokemon. Especially the events of my early teen years, the Pokemon I mainly obtained in the Pokemon days, mean a lot to me. That said, I don't have a single most rare Pokemon, but quite a handful. Like the Generation 3 Deoxys, the Lugia and Ho-Oh, or some of the Pokemon you could obtain when Pokemon celebrated their 10th anniversary in 2006. Rarest Pokemon card. As with most Pokemon fans, I'm also a huge fan of the trading card game since it came out. And yeah, I got some secret rares, I also got some shiny Pokemon cards, like this shiny Noctowl. But I think my most valuable Pokemon card up to this point is my Lugia Crystal type from the set of Aquapolis. At the time of this video, the value of this card should be around $250 onwards in this condition. Also I got Ho-Oh from the set, but only as a reverse, which is surprisingly almost as much worth as the Lugia one. Rarest event items. Beside my consoles and games, of course I also own plenty of Pokemon plushies and figures. With it also came some ridiculous bootleg figures. I mean, look at this Marshtomp. Or this, I guess, Mega Blaziken? Is it wearing pants? But now on to my rarest event item. It is definitely the Celebi certificate from the event I attended in 2001. Back in the day, even before the Pokemon days, Nintendo decided to give us the opportunity to get our hands on one of the mythical Pokemon Mew or Celebi, if you attended a short-lived special event from them. Unfortunately, I was too young when the Mew event and the certificates were given out, but I got lucky enough that I could visit the Celebi tour with my uncle, when I arrived in Frankfurt on the 17th of September 2001. I also still have my cartridge on it laying around, which I tagged with the word Celebi when I was a kid. Unfortunately, when I got the news that the save game get erased when the battery is dry, it was too late. My game containing Celebi was gone forever by this point, but still, I own my original certificate, and it still reads my trainer ID from back in the day, which is kinda cool I think. Oh, and a little bonus, here's what my workstation looks like, where I record most of my footage and voice and so on and so on. Anyway, that was most of my Pokemon collection up to this point. I hope you found it at least mildly interesting. Thank you. Again, thank you guys so much for subscribing to me. That means quite a lot to me. And I just started this project as a little hobby of mine and I never thought that anyone would subscribe to me, so thank you guys so much for sticking around. Here's to you. Good old-fashioned orange juice. Thanks for sticking around. See you in the next video.